Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our Week 3 PMA Alpha LCS matchup. We got a great one here for you guys tonight. With me, I got two fellow casters, some guys I think are going to have a good time tonight. First off, we got the one and only Nate. Please go on a date with me, Silent Taco Mackin. What's going on, Taco?
Hello, we're excited today with this game, and I can't wait till it starts because it's going to be crazy.
All right, all right. And for the first time ever, the meme master himself, he's probably going to be memeing mid-game. I wouldn't even be surprised. Austin, Sayada Weber, how's it going, man?
What up? It's going just fine. I think we're
I'm
going to have
hyped for
a
these games.
nice match tonight.
I really do. I think this is going to be a good one. I'm pretty excited. So I think we're going to get started here by introducing the lineups. Let's go ahead and start with the three pump jobs.
All right. On the top lane, we have Fish Baby Bot. In the jungle, Piper is, not Isis. In the mid lane, this is Lugo. Bot lane, Bellowing Bison and support Simplex 17.
And going against them tonight, we've got none other than Team Solo Feed. Up in the top lane, we have Garfield Juice. Jungling tonight will be Bounty 10-12. Sivan in the mid lane, and down the bot lane, we have Jirachi and Baba Booey.
Yeah, I think these are. I think this is going to be a good matchup. I mean, both teams here are coming off a win. So both teams have the momentum going in their favor, and they both look to have promising starts so far.
Yeah, I've seen enough of both teams to know both of them have some strong players scattered around the field, not just stacked completely in the mid lane like we're so used to seeing throughout this split. We might not have a diamond or platinum down in that bot lane, but we see Jirachi and Baba Booey are a very good pair. They play well with each other. And we've seen Fish Baby Bot filling in a couple other games, and even when he's not with his team he's practiced with, he performs pretty admirably.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be hella spicy. Greg, what do you think about the mid lane matchup?
I'm pretty excited for this one. I think this is definitely one to watch, specifically because of honestly just the potential these two have. I mean, kind of going off of what Austin was saying a little bit. The teams are so spread out, but these two mid laners are just so individually strong. So I'm either expecting one to smash the other, or both of them just come out of lane and try to smash the other team.
Yeah, I'm excited for the pick and ban phase here. I know Billin Bison and Jirachi, both of them are really avid Jinx players, and I'm wondering if they're gonna let that slip through.
Oh, ooh, that would be I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, it's definitely, you can kind of know from Jirachi's past games he favors that Jinx. That's his champion that he definitely feels the most comfortable on. All right, so we're going to get into this one here. Going to get the picks and bans started. Keep in mind for those watching, they are not in any. They're going to be in specific order of roles.
And
it seems like we have a dodge already.
Typical PMA LCS fashion. We can't get into the game without at least one person screwing up the picks bans.
AFK remake, please. But yeah, I mean, also another thing I kind of look out for this game is talking about that mid lane matchup. Who are they going to ban against C-Ban? What champions do they think have the priority? Are they going to ban that Ahri? Are they going to ban, any kind of one of those champions along those lines? And it looks like I made a blind pick game. Boys, we're legit up in here.
And in typical PMA LCS fashion, we can't have a game without Greg screwing something up and proving how much of the scrub lord he truly is. All right, now we got to wait about 10 more minutes while they get back into their nice little configurations.
I call that one a boosted casting right there.
Rip in pepperonis.
I got boosted to the Casters channel. It cost me like $50 a game.
It's a tough price, man, but it's worth it in the end. Trust me. PMA LCS casters get all the ladies. That's how it
Do they
is.
know?
Yeah, man. That's it. That's it.
I
So
just
like,
started.
damn, you cast for the PMA LCS? Well, damn, that's all I need to hear.
So how long does that kick in?
I get him just by walking up and saying, "Hey, I know Will the Torpedo Brooks."
I think that's all it takes for me too, to be honest. I'm not really too worried about it. You walk up to me and say, you walk up to me and say, "Hey, I know the torpedo." I'm out. That's it. That's it.
I walk up and say, "Hey, my Captain General Dill, he's the fastest player in the entire LCS."
Woo! Damn.
Because he has the best shoes.
Damn.
All right, it looks like they got ready again in record time.
This is honestly, well, see, we're not calculating the pause time that will be used once we get into the game, and then a remake probably, and then the game will begin.
Oh yeah. We got to get ready for the next standard in PMA LCS, which is the 20-minute long pause.
All of which come packaged in with your PMA LCS matches, folks.
You know what I want to know? Who's going to win that meme competition?
Oh, man.
I've got some pretty high likes on mine.
Oh, man. So already off the bat, Ari ban, Kog'Maw ban, and Echo ban. All mid lane bans. Zac ban is the jungle. But two of those bans picked right at C ban.
Wait, that's not Kog'Maw jungle?
I mean,
it's not Bukkake 4, right?
if Tilted Torpedoes has taught me anything, that should be in the jungle.
They cannot understand.
Alright, we're gonna assume it's for the jungle then. So one ban at C ban, one ban at Bounty, and then another ban right going to the Baba Booey on that Thresh. And then the Syndra being banned out against Lugo, and the picks Galio Kled top lane. Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I think Kled has a really good chance to run away with that matchup actually.
Oh, yeah.
Since Galio is usually like favored into magic damage opponents.
Yeah, that is true. And Fish Baby Bot is a very good Galio player. He's pulled it out in multiple games, so he's probably knowing what the Galio is looking for to keep alive in lane, and will exploit that as much as he can with Kled's
You too will be
really
judged.
tight, focused burst damage and high maneuverability.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they paired the Sejuani pick with
Ignorant
that
thrall.
Kled. That means there's going to be really heavy amount of early gank pressure on the top lane. So I want to see how Piper can use this I guess mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so that's confirmed in the Fiddlesticks mid. So the Fiddle versus the Victor, that's an interesting one right there. You know, you got a Fiddle in the middle. I think that by itself is gonna be a good mid lane matchup.
Yeah.
Really?
It'll be interesting to say the least. I mean, Lugo performs admirably considering he's the highest ranked player on the team. Although the last game against Tilted Torpedoes, we did see a couple fail flashes from him. So we'll see if he can manage to get that ult in at the right spot.
It looks like Bison did pick up the Jinx away from Jirachi. So he's looking to dump on Rich with his own pick.
And having the Rakan support too, that's honestly good. I mean, we're kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier. Kled Sejuani, that's a great front line. So having that Rakan that can, engage as well as peel is going to be essential to keep that Jinx alive.
And we're seeing something a little different. We're seeing the Blitzcrank paired with the Lucian in this game, while throughout most of the games that we've seen Lucian in, it's been a Lucian Braum bot lane.
Oh, that should be spicy then. Blitzcrank, he has very good grabbing targets. Like, I can imagine a fight just going terribly wrong where Fiddlesticks appeared out of nowhere and Blitzcrank grabbing him into the team.
Yeah. The Blitzcrank is definitely a good strong pick against their mid lane, but in that bot lane, depending on how well Simplex plays his Rakan and how well he reacts to it, it might be more detrimental having the Blitzcrank pulling in the Rakan into range of his knockup. And besides, if you just pull the Rakan, he can dash straight back to Lucian if he's half a lane away.
I mean, but in itself, having that ability to hook either of those immobile champions is a big advantage going to team solo feed. I mean, that's a pick that if you're trying to kill the draw, you're trying to kill the Jinx or even make a pick on the Rakan, that's the champion to do it. I mean, one hook followed up by the damage from Lucian should be enough to kill either of those bottom lane squishy champions.
Yeah. As long as they play their cards right, I think either team could pull out with this.
Yeah, I think for me, if I'm going to give the advantage to one team or the other, based solely on team comp, I think I'm actually going to give it to the 3-pump chumps. I think the Fiddlesticks mid works well with what they're kind of trying to do. I mean, you can tell where that engage is. You can tell where that, let's go button is. And that Fiddle follows up with it well. I think if he can play, get some good oldies off through the jungle and kind of make picks, I think their team has great potential to win this one.
Yeah, and you really brought up what I was going to make a really heavy point about. And that's the fact that Fiddlesticks relies on denial of vision, and whether it's going out and placing control wards and sweeping the jungle beforehand, or just knowing where the wards simply have been placed and playing through the pockets of vision. So I'm going to be really looking at Lugo and seeing if he can really make use of the Fiddlesticks pick through that vision denial, and sort of getting off that crazy engage.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of their team fight is going to come down to how well Fiddlesticks can throw out that ult. If we see a nice Sejuani Fiddlesticks ult combo, especially if the Rakan picks them all up right afterwards, they can hold the team solo feed in Fiddlesticks' ult for so long. But it completely relies on them getting them all into the right spot and Lugo being in the right positioning. And if not, we've got a lot of counter engage for the Fiddle ult. We've got Gragas with his ult able to just knock him back away. Victor can, if he sees the ult being telegraphed, he can drop his stun, and we always have the Galio flying in from across the map to save the day.
Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the more, I mean, I was already leaning towards 3-pump jumps here, but I'm gonna have to give them really solid 8 out of 10 here on this draft. And the reason was, even if Fiddlesticks, sort of botches the ultimate engage, there's still enough crowd control in his kit to just simply turn back and start peeling for Jinx. And in the teamfight situation, Jinx is almost all the damage you'll always need. And having a really high damage top laner as well really complements that. So I can see where Fiddlesticks maybe isn't even popping off in every team fight, but he will still be able to be a lot of utility for his team. So
all they got to do is protect that Jinx, and if she can stick on someone, they're going to go down.
Awesome. Don't forget to switch over your scene.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah. We in this, boys. Yeah, so, I mean, I really think if you're just going to look solely at team compositions, really either team can take this one. I don't think either team kind of looks weak. I think they both obviously have their strengths and weaknesses. At the same time as we're talking about that engage advantage, 3-pump jumps, Team Solo Feed do have a lot of pick potential. You do have the Gragas ultimate. You do have the Victor stun. And even the Blitzcrank hook. So if they can make these big plays onto any of the immobile 3 champions on the other side, I think they'll be able to take this one.
No, honestly, I changed my mind. Once I saw loading screen, 3-pump jumps didn't have as many champion masteries as Team Solo Feed. that's just an automatic loss in my book. If you can't beat him while you're laning, how are you going to tilt your enemies?
Awesome. What time are you at right now?
I'm at 20 seconds.
Perfect. I'm good. Taco, you good?
All right. Yep. Right away, it looks like we have Team Solo Feed taking advantage of that Blitzcrank and running down 5-man with the Blitzcrank. Now they have
Oh, here it
2
comes.
ignites, so let's see what happens with this.
I don't think Lugo knows. I don't think they went through the ward. Garfield Juice is not going to go over the ward. I mean, they're just going to stand there and wait. And it looks like the side of 3-pump chumps are just, not having any of this invade here at all. They're pinging that they want to go in. They do walk over the ward, though. So they know. Piper hasn't moved. No, Piper's trying to cut away. Does eventually leave the bush, so he's not going to take any risk there. Still trying, though. Looking for something, walking over a second ward. And looks like they're just going to say goodbye.
They just wanted to show off their skins, that's all.
Report Victor for no skin.
Are they still trying for more? Like, no, they're
It
backing out
seemed
now.
like it. For a second there, it looked like it. And then you gotta realize that if they just stuck in that bush, 3PC could have just noticed, hey, they're not showing up again. They're still in there.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a standard red buff start.
So are we going to see the PMA LCS standard level 3 gank top from both junglers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Predicting it.
Let's see if we can get another. Let's see if we can get another simultaneous first blood.
Oh, God. If one of these junglers doesn't gank at 3 minutes, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm expecting 4 people on the top lane to have a 2v2 skirmish.
So already trading between Fish Baby Bot and Garfield Juice, that Kled actually winning the trade there, having Scarlet to fall back on. Worst comes to worst.
That was just,
Galio does have that corrupting potion, so in the early levels, he's going to have just a bit of sustain to keep him. Ooh, and he knocks him off his chicken right off the bat.
Yeah, great job of playing around those abilities there. Using the Wind of War effectively, just following up with the charge, knowing exactly the range he needs. And meanwhile, Jirachi going in, doing a little bit of trading, just landing the Piercing Light, trying to get what he can. Not going to pick up any kill, but, good trade, some illusion.
And I was wondering if Rich had baited in Belling Bison into picking up the Jinx so he can counterpick him with the Lucian. Because Lucian just has...
Oh, and he gets Skarl back. Let's also take note that Kled was knocked off of Skarl and is still maintaining a 6 CS lead. Oh, and there's the level 3 gank we were talking about.
But Piper's trying to turn it around here. He's using the Winter's Wrath. He gets the Permafrost stun, but they're getting turned around in him. Galio's using the charge, holding him in place. Here comes Kled, though. Bear Trap on rope, but first buzz going over to Piper. Is still trying to trade here. Gets off Skarl. The shot, not going to be enough. Bounty does still have double buffs. Gonna try to trade the flash from Fish Baby Bot, getting a kill there. Double buffs going to the Kled. Nice kills there, going over to the side of 3-pump jumps.
And once again, the PMA LCS plays out predictably as ever.
Exactly at 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
With a level 3 gank and a near simultaneous first blood.
Who could have guessed? Only the best.
Oh!
Ooh, nice hook on the Simplex. Here comes Zap trying to hold him back. Blitzcrank does step on the traps. Nothing gonna happen there. But right now, I mean, looking at it, Jirachi's up 8 farm on this Jinx. Good little lead for him.
Yeah, just using that early laning advantage to snowball into pressuring him off the creeps. And they had a really good trade go in their favor. And I'm assuming as long as this keeps up and he starts whittling her health down, all it takes is one single Blitzcrank hook and she's dead and done for her.
Oh, here comes...
Ooh, the double buff Kled.
Great damage. The Bear Trap on rope is going to bring him back, and he has the rep off to slow, but Sejuani's trying to show up, not going to be able to make anything happen. And Garfield Juice, oh, a flash body slam mid lane, followed by the laser on the Lugo. He is using the whatchamacallit move to get the health
drain.
Not that
It's
move.
just drain. It's so simple.
That move, that move that does move things.
He's using the sucky beam.
Yeah, that thing. But regardless, a kill actually that kill went to Gragas, but nicely played. Team Stolo feed, great gank there, helping out Seavan in the mid lane.
And Kled is still double buffed and at full health.
I feel like top lane is actually about to really snowball into Kled's favor after he picks up, his next item here and his ultimate. He'll be able to all-in Galio virtually any time in the lane and just either force him to back or get the kill.
And already Kled's dominating in terms of how long he can stick in lane. Galio is really low on mana up there, and Kled's just chugging away like, I don't care about your problems. But he is going to back, make a nice little buy.
Even on the opposite end of it, that Kled does have the advantage, but Team Solo Feed does have the Lucian. That's 20 farm up now. Mid lane up about 8 or 9 farm. So right there, no, thought trades are going to happen. But so, I mean, the advantage to Team Solo Feed, that's why they have that little bit of a gold lead, because their other 2 laners are ahead. But, it's not look good for the Galio if the Kled maintains this just basic damage build.
Oh, yeah. And especially once they hit 6, no lane is going to be safe, because both of those champions up top have abilities that get them into another lane pretty fast. Plus, both of their TPs will be up. They're about 2/3 away through their cooldowns when they used them earlier. So we're going to see a lot of cool stuff.
The hook on the Simplex gets the knockup. Jirachi's trying to get the damage down. Not going to be able to get it. Rakan is just going to W out of there to escape, but a nice hook. Actually, I guess at the end it really doesn't matter at all. He just walks out of it.
Yeah, that's what Sayato was trying to say earlier. Like, if Blitzcrank hooks at Rakan, he has multiple ways to get himself out of that situation.
Yeah. In the early levels, when Rakan has no tankiness whatsoever, it's going to be devastating. But sooner or later, we're going to see that Rakan building his resistances and health, and he may be able to pull the Rakan out, but it's not going to be that much damage before he swings on back to the safety of Jirachi. Or Jirachi bellowing Bison.
How tanky could he possibly go that he could survive the damage of the opposing team? I mean, a Victor, Lucian, Blitzcrank, not even including the other 2 tanks, is just so much. Maybe he tries to get the peel, but he might just die in the process.
Well, you bring a good point. So maybe in a scenario where they bring out, or line up a pick onto Rakan where no one of his team is able to follow up onto, I guess, that play, he's dead in the water for sure. But if there's like, a grouping scenario or like a team fighting scenario and Rakan gets hooked into the team and they're all blowing their damage and cooldowns onto Rakan, I feel like that's still an advantage for 3-pump chumps.
Yeah, we'll have to see how good they get at their counterplay. Because with either of these teams, a blitz hook can be devastatingly good or devastatingly bad, depending on who gets hit and how they play it. I still am thinking that later in the game, they're going to think, oh, I can just hook this Rakan and it'll be great. And then suddenly he's going to be ulting on top of their team, and he's going to get all of them in it.
You ever played a Mumu versus Blitzcrank?
Oh, Lord.
Thank you for not even making me not even use my bandage toss. And now I use it, and you're all dead. But I mean, kind of going back to what you were saying before about this Kled Galio matchup, we're already seeing it right here. Garfield Juice is pretty low on mana, trying to trade this Kled because Kled does not have mana. Meanwhile, we are seeing Bounty come up top, sitting on a pink ward, so Fish Baby Bot does not know. He's still waiting. Fish Baby Bot gonna use the bear trap on a rope, gonna miss. He's going in now. Here comes the taunt from Galio. Here comes Bounty coming in. Body slams right onto him. Gets off Scarl, flashes away, and then shotguns away and escapes. But a nice gank from Bounty, burning Scarl and flash on that Kled.
Yeah. If this Galio wants to make these trades last longer and not have to tax his jungler, he's going to have to start building something with a little bit more mana.
Uh-oh, here comes the little ultimate. The Permafrost going to hold them still. Stevan going to go down. Trying to turn this around, though. Does have the ultimate ticking on Lugo. He does use the drain. Stays alive. The knockup from Rakan holding Blitzcrank in place. Here comes Galio. Hero's entrance. Knocks up 2. Has no mana, though. Just going to have to back out of it. So in the end, 3-pump chumps getting a 1-for-0.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed there, but Rakan actually flashed and battle danced to Fiddlesticks to save him from the last few ticks of Ignite there. Really coming in clutch and saving his mid laner. And a nice timing on the roam as well, so I give props to Simplex 17 here on that play.
We saw that Galio ult, which was a nice little way to save his laners, but He's just lucky there wasn't someone else in the bush or they were disengaging, because if they would have tried to do anything, that Galio was sitting there with no mana and would have taken at least a healthy chunk of damage for it.
Yeah, I mean, the Galio's trying to make plays happen with the hero's entrance. I mean, already this early on, using that ultimate mid, but he just didn't have any mana there. And the Kled, on the opposite side, doesn't have to really worry about that. Fish Baby Bot still having the TP available for any real opportunity he sees.
And the big thing to worry about up top, once Kled gets his Titanic, if we can assume that's what he's going into, is Kled starts to split push like a truck. And as soon as he goes and hero's entrances down to mid, Kled's just going to take towers.
Yeah, and if I was group of champs in this scenario, I'd be looking to make a play towards that Mountain Dragon. With Mountain Dragon and Kled and Jinx, towers and other neutral objectives are just going to melt. Well, probably, if I was Sejuani, I'd be trying to set up some vision around the bottom lane, calling my support to help me deny and sweep around the pit and whatnot.
That Mountain Drake would just boost him like crazy.
And then, like, just sort of instigate a fight anywhere and call for the Kled TP and use that top lane advantage.
Ooh, nice hook, the knock up a kill on the Simplex going to Jirachi. Right now, Jirachi is up double the farm of Bellowing Bison and a kill. So, oh, not double the farm, less than double the farm, 10 less, but still pretty close. I mean, to have that big of a lead right now at 12 minutes in the game, I mean, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, you can say bot lane's somewhat done so at this point.
Oh yeah, you don't want a Lucian getting ahead of all the AD carries. That's
but the steal from Lugo, gonna steal the dragon here. They're still trying to make it. The permafrost is used, gonna get the kill. Cvan shows up, gets the stun. Here comes the laser. The ultimate's coming out. Lugo has to flash over the wall. Piper tries to flash, does not get it.
Doesn't quite get there.
Meanwhile, Garfield just trading for with Fish Baby Bot does not have any mana. Still a questionable trade for him, but
he's gonna have to recall or something in a minute, and then that Kled's just gonna either roam away or go to town on that top lane.
Someone please send Piper back to the practice pool.
He stole the dragon though.
Here comes charge.
Oh, Simplex coming in, gets the knock up. Cvan out of place, gonna go down. Here comes the ultimate from Rakan, holding him in place. Fish Baby Bottom picking up a kill. Baby Bot, not Baby Bottom. Fish Baby Bottom. I think that's better.
Sure.
That charge was placed in a way that it definitely wasn't gonna hit that enemy champion, but he used it just well enough to cut him off and get in on him and get the bear trap in a rope, which was inevitably the thing that brought him back straight into the waiting arm of his axe gun.
Feel axe gun. At this point, I would be very scared of the Blitzcrank Lucian anywhere. If you see those two coming, you better just start running.
Yeah, at this point, it's just turtle up and try not to let your tower fall down.
Plus, Jirachi right now is sitting on 2.3k. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. They are going to back now, though, I was going to say. So that's going to be a big buy for them. We'll be able to finish the Blade of the Ruin King. So going to have that first item finished, whereas Bellowing Bison, Body Slam from Bounty going to miss. But Bellowing Bison on the other side has 1.5k, not even going to be able to just get a pickaxe and maybe boots or some health potions, depending.
And even despite that big discrepancy down in the bot lane, we've still got a pretty close gold for the teams. We got 21.2k to 21.4k, so there's only about a 200 gold difference between the two teams.
I don't understand where that's coming from. Because, like, Galio is only down 4 farm. I guess the 2 kills there. I mean, 1 kill overall.
They have 1 more kill.
Well,
Victor's up 15 farm. Lucian is literally up almost double of Bellowing Bison's farm. I just don't understand where. What am I missing?
They're a kill ahead, and they have the first blood gold.
It's Skarl's Darken Magic.
And I think the first blood gold gives extra assist gold too.
True. That's got to be what it is too.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the flash over the wall. The knockup on the C-Van out of place again.
but-
The drain, everything being used on him. Another kill going over to Lugo.
Oh, yeah.
C-Van being out of place. 0-3 to start the game. Not the start they're looking for from their star mid laner.
Jumping in, but there was just no one there to help him, and they were all on top of him so fast.
No, Simbuck should be all right. Oh, maybe he's not all right. Here comes the Fist of Doom. Does not even need to use it. Hooks instead. Baba Booey picking up the kill.
I was about to compliment you, Simplex. I was gonna say he played that really well. I guess it seems like he's got some pretty good experience on Rakan. He used the quickness before the grand entrance to make sure that he was charmed in CC so that his knockup would land. So it was a really good play on his part.
Yeah, now 3-pump Chumps picking up that Rift Herald. Gonna give it to that Sejuani. That's nice. Doesn't hurt. Especially with the Jinx and a Mountain Dragon.
Oh yeah. Let's see if they can put that to use. They did lose first tower gold in the process, but I guess it was a fair trade. They can make good use of the Rift Herald buff.
And we're seeing that gold gap start to steadily widen. It's now 24.4 to 26.2, so that's a bit over 1.5K there.
Yeah, I mean, it's oh, here comes the charge from Garfield Juice, using the taunt, holding him in place, using the winds to get damage down, but here comes the Piper is with the follow-up. I think he just used charge.
He did. He used it to try and get a quick stun, but Galio just said, nah, I'm fine, and walked out. He looks like he built Sunfire for his first item, and Kled hasn't even finished his Titanic.
Would you rather finish Titanic over Black Cleaver?
On a Kled, it would depend if I was split pushing. And, I mean, I'm a split pusher in my heart.
Oh.
Not to mention...
I almost feel like going Tiamat into Black Cleaver would probably be the way.
The most important thing is that Tiamat, so you can get that auto attack cancel and that extra little attack in, especially when you're off of Skarl and you need that one last hit to hop back on him.
I mean, I feel like against a Galio, Gragas, it might be helpful to have what's it called? Black Cleaver first, just because of the armor shred, but who knows? And the TB coming in from Team Solo Feed, trying to defend this turret against Rift Herald. Looks like Garfield Juice is gonna try the 3-man taunt. Somebody's gonna miss the knockup. Rift Herald is just pounding on this turret though. Lugo is tanking the turret though, trying to drain here. Rift Herald looks like they are gonna get this turret. It's not gonna be first tower of the game, but they are going to get it. Using that Rift Herald, looks like they're gonna head over to this Mountain Drake now too.
A second Mountain Drake will just skyrocket their Baron potential.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 Mountain Drakes with the Jinx.
Even though they're behind a little bit in gold here, if they can just stall out the game.
Oh, but here comes the team. They're coming in. The trap's going to go down. Not actually going to hold Blitzcrank in place. Looks like a big team fight here. Coming out for 3-pump Chumps. The ultimates are being used all over the place. Fiddlesticks using his ultimate, trying to get the damage down. Jirachi is in the back lane, though. Has not been touched. He's going to pick up the kill. Looks like Team Solo Feed has turned this one around drastically. Still going in. C-Man with the laser. The double kill on the Victor. Wow, big fight for Team Solo Feed. The Flash, the triple kill now. C-Man stepping up big time.
With both teams having so much area of effect damage, it's just hard for anyone in that fight to tell really what's going on unless they're paying super close attention.
Sounds like most of our matches, though.
It's like suddenly we're fighting for Dragon and now there's 5 simultaneous ults over this river.
What can I say? Oh, I forgot to point it out earlier, but Gragas went for a bit of an odd build path in completing an Iceborne Gauntlet before a jungle enchantment. Usually, Gragas will pick up a Runic Echoes. I sometimes prefer Cinderhole.
He does have the Bami's Cinder in his inventory, but it doesn't do nearly as well unless you slot it into that machete.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the Bami's until after completing Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yes, I went ahead and just watched the replay of that fight there, and the big turning point was the fact that Jirachi and Steven, neither of them were touched in that team fight. They both just kind of ran away. You know, I mean, they kind of had the entire fight to just do as much damage as they possibly could, and because of that, their team just came out ahead with the damage dealer still alive.
If you're gonna throw down all those ults, you gotta kind of still make sure that you know where the enemy ADC is. You can't get complacent about, oh, it'll hit because it's the size of a lane. Well, not if that Lucian can dash out and back in.
Yeah, so now it looks like Team Solo Feet's just gonna play this around the map. Gonna try to push out top lane here. Try to get this first tier turret. All 5 of them are top actually, so they really want this turret. Seeing it's the last one alive. They are going to get it here, but it looks like the side of 3 pump chumps are trying to turn this in. Fiddlestick's coming in with the ultimate. The laser. Stevan going to pop Lugo right away. Not even a question. Still trying to make this happen on the side of 3 pump chumps. Very nice Galleon ultimate. Going to get the knock up here. Team Solo Feet just cleaning this one up. Very well played. Baba Booey getting the last kill, and now they're going to take this tower? Yeah, they are.
And once again, we just see Rich standing up there at the edge of all that's going on, and just popping in and out to dodge any big thing he sees, getting his damage consistent. All the fighting was taking place at or behind the tower, and he's just well away from all of the action, barely taking anything from it.
That's a big swing right there for Team Solo Feed. I mean, now they're up 8K. I mean, now they can just have honestly control of anything they want. I mean, they don't really have that inhib to easily get Baron, but it's going to be hard for 3 pump chumps to make this comeback, especially when their hyper carry Jinx is just so far behind the other 80 carry.
Yeah, at this point, the 3 pump chumps top lane advantage has been completely nullified, and Galio has made enough of an impact to make himself relevant. So
he opted to not do as much damage, but he is getting so tanky up there, keeping in line with the Kled, even though Kled has had just a little bit of CS and 1 kill. But the Galio's 8 assists is going to keep him consistent with the builds. And then down in
I mean, that's what their team needs too, is that tank. Because they have the Fiddlesticks mid lane, he's not going to be putting out consistent damage. He's only going to have that ultimate burst. And at the same time, Bellowing Bison at this point in the game only has a Runon's finished. So Garfield just having the Gargoyle Stoneplate and the Sunfire Cape finished already, it's just going to be pretty much impossible for Bison to be able to get through that Galio shield.
Not to mention, we also have Blitzcrank. He has his Locket finished. So if something does go a little haywire, he's just going to pop that group shield.
Uh-oh, here it is, the cheese bush. Oh, Piper gonna go down. Body slam into the hook.
Straight into
Kill
trying
going
to
over
take that Baron.
He's gonna get this Baron now, it looks like.
That was excellent pick made on their part, and they just happened to get lucky with Piper strolling in, face checking, trying to maybe establish some vision, make sure they're taking the Baron.
That right there was dangerously cheesy.
Goodness gracious.
So
Is it easy?
So now we see how they're gonna play the map with the Gallia. I mean, it's interesting. They're opting to push mid right now. All of them are sitting on 1K plus gold, deciding that it's not even really a worry. They can get this tower pretty easily with how far ahead they are. Hook gonna miss. Body slam gonna body slam a minion. And now they're gonna opt to go bottom lane, get the next second tier turret bot. Ooh. Oh, here comes the engage, the charge coming in on Jirachi. Galio using the ultimate. The damage goes down though. Jirachi goes down. They're still trying to win this fight. 3 pump chumps. Belling Bison goes down on the Jinx. Looks like it's not going to be enough. Team Solo Feet still ahead in this one. C-Man putting out lots of damage. The Permafrost's going to stun him, but he does get the kill there. And another kill. Double kill for Garfield Juice. Team Solo Feet taking that one out ahead. C-Man putting out the biggest damage that team fight.
Oh yeah, we see the Kled come in, and they did a very nice 5-man ult, but we had that Galio right there to pop back in, and this time they did manage to focus down Rich, but we have Victor over there with his 203 CS. He's going to have all the items he needs to be that secondary damage dealer.
You guys remember when he was 0-3? I remember when he was 0-3.
Oh, the days.
Yeah. Back when I was like their superstar mid laner. Bow, well... Oh,
little C-Van's grown up.
Yeah, plus with the Lich Bane pickup, he's going to be shredding through the neutral objectives because that Q has a super low cooldown.
So I actually have an unrelated story. The other day I was playing a ranked game. Guy wanted AD carry. He didn't get it, so he went Lucian AP, Lucian support. Carried the game. Did a lot of damage.
Wow.
Surprise!
Yeah, I was impressed.
If you
He said, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I didn't trust him, but I should have. He carried the shit out of us.
It's a cheesy
So,
build.
You heard it here
It's
first,
hilarious.
folks. AP Lucian support, new meta.
You'll
And-
pick it in rank, guys.
Meanwhile,
Make sure-
everybody I queue up with gets angry when I take Bard into the mid lane.
I won't get mad. Do you want a duo?
Oh yeah, we can duo.
just report him for being toxic after the game.
I'll
Okay.
report you afterwards.
Don't honor him.
Report
That'll-
Cassiopeia for being toxic.
I won't report you if you honor me for good
Wow.
job calling.
I like to.
Anyway,
Anyway.
C-Van taking blue buff. Looks like they're gonna just try to end this one here. Maybe send Galio top lane. That's exactly what they're doing, sending him top lane. Rest of the team gonna try to push up mid, get this mid inhib. Total control of the map. Not really a problem right now for Team Solo Feed.
Yeah, at this point, if you're a team solo feed and you're thinking about making your comeback, I feel like at this point it's kind of a pipe dream, but we have to.
Oh, charge gonna be used trying to make this one happen. They get on the C-Van. C-Van is still going on. C-Van, she's on the back line. Two-man taunt. Jirachi still has not even been touched. Bounty goes down to the turret. Now Jirachi's taking turret shots, but it doesn't matter. Picking up a double kill. Maybe gonna try to get Fish Baby bottom. Does use a Blade of the Ruin King. The dash to try to get in. Does fall off Scarl. The hook and a miss, though. Baba Booey. Jirachi still trying to make something happen. He's the first one to attack, though, so he's taking
Boom.
tower shots. Goes down to Fish Baby bottom. The double buffs on the Kled. The Mia Ping's being thrown out.
Someone please report Rich for
Damn.
trolling.
Already
This might be
reported.
Fish Baby Bottom's 1v2 situation here. He does have double buffs. Baba Booey's taking a lot of damage from this. Bear Trap on a rope. Gonna pull him back. Oh, nice knockback to Galio to prevent that. Fish Baby Bottom still going out. Here comes the second Bear Trap. Still pulls him back. Red buff and blue buff
BM.
stunning substantially. The wind's coming out. Galio still trying to make this happen. Fish Baby Bottom just taking too much damage. The flash, though, coming out from the side of Garfield Juice. For a second, I was gonna say Gnarls Barkley. I was like, oh god, I don't want to ever think that I mentioned that game. That name.
In any other case for that Kled, he might have pulled out of that 1v2 pretty well, but unfortunately for him, he was going against the 2 with the most armor on the enemy team. And they're just going to kind of mitigate that and slowly do their damage over time that they do. It's just going to be too much for the little chicken rider.
The little chicken rider. I love it.
Yeah, also, looked like he went for a Ravenous Hydra instead of the Titanic. Like you.
That's an interesting pick, especially for being behind in the team fights. Because he will be healing more, but I feel like the Titanic gives him so much extra tankiness and damage at the same time. Especially on a Kled who you normally would be building health with. Now, we may see
Right.
him build further into AD instead of health, and in that situation, I feel the Ravenous Hydra would make a bit more sense, but that's kind of a gambit seeing how ahead that Team Solo feed is right now. And how well they protect the carries, which are the 2 only people that Kled can do Kled things to.
Looks like looks like they're just gonna try to 5-man siege this top. Not really gonna be much of a problem with Kled not being able to show up. They're still trying to go in, but the charge is coming in. Here it goes. C-Man taking a lot of damage. Does eventually go down, but Simplex gonna go down as well. Looks like no, he is gonna live. Belling Bison trying to get damage down in the backline, but he just can't do enough. Meanwhile, Jirachi getting perma-stunned. He's going down. This is a great team fight for the side of 3-pump chumps. They're still trying to follow up the permafrost and the Gragas. Galio gets feared now. A big turn for 3-pump chumps, but they can't really do much when they have no inhibs. Well, I guess they're only missing one.
We were just speaking about that Kled and how he wasn't managing to do what he needed to do, and then he did what he needed to do. He got into the enemy team and managed to make it to the back line onto Jirachi. And in that case, it's hard to pull a Kled off of you. Even as Lucian with his dash, Kled can dash just as far and pull you right back in.
Ooh, the fear from Fiddlesticks. Battling Bison just not having any items finished at this point. Really not having that damage to have any impact. Infinity Edge Runons at 30 minutes, so going to be waiting a little bit longer. But he has pulled ahead of Jirachi and Farm. Is there a point in this game where 3-pump chumps just hit late game and Jinx carries?
I mean,
Yes.
there's
It's
a
at
point.
55 minutes exactly. Mark my words.
There's a point in every game with a Jinx that Jinx just becomes a nigh unkillable god of destruction.
That's why they call her Jinx.
And we'll
I feel
see.
like a Q auto from Victor in the late game is gonna shred through a Jinx.
True. But Seavet's positioning has been a little rough lately. He has been getting caught out these last couple team fights, but he does have Flash this time, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, we saw him do it before when three pump jump tried to engage. Sivan just turned right around to the Jinx under tower, literally popped her with a Q auto, and he insta died, and they won that fight massively.
Ooh, Rich is taking so much damage from activating that
Piper
Baron.
is taking a lot. They're going in. The Flash going to be forced from the Sejuani. The TP here from Qued to try to follow it up. I'm interested to see why Team Solo Feed haven't just gone for the 3 open inhibs they have. I mean, they seem to be winning team fights. Here comes the charge trying to go in. Oh, excuse me, the Rakan. Knockup didn't land, though. And Jirachi's not going to go down. Here comes the Redemption, keeping the Rakan alive for a little bit longer. Looks like this is not the team fight. 3-pump jumps 1. Here comes the explosive cast. Going to knock Piper Is back. Jirachi trying to clean up the kill. He does get it. Garfield Juice is actually the one that picks it up. So now they're going to siege in with 3 members of the opposing team dead. Going to get these inhibs.
Good on Rich there. He looked like he was down for the count, but he pulled out the old flash and dash and got away.
The little flash and dash. I love it.
And then instead of running away, he just pops back in and manages to do enough damage to take down that Sejuani after she gets bounced and dribbled against the ground with the double knockup.
Feels bad, man. I think they're going for just the inhibs and maybe looking to pick up Baron afterwards and kind of slowly take down the Nexus turret.
Uh-oh.
And
3-pump jump, still trying to make something happen. The Jinx is doing a lot of the damage. 3 auto attacks, chunking the team, getting them down to actually about half health. So
they have
Jinx,
to go
man.
respond to that mid lane, pushing in against their one Nexus turret remaining. So now,
So what do you? Is Jinx going Bloodthirst or third item?
Yes, sir.
it's possible.
I'm surprised she wouldn't want to go with the armor pen, but I guess opting for that survivability.
At this point, if you want to carry the game as Jinx, you need the full 6 items.
Yeah, true.
Every
True,
item
but-
at this point is the wrong choice.
And while
Yeah.
she does have a decent amount of CS, she is far behind in kills compared to even the Blitzcrank on the other team.
Unfortunate, man.
We may see her pick up a good amount more CS with these triple lanes pushing in, but she's going to be spending so much time trying to clear out those supers that it's not going to be that significant over Rich, who is once again back ahead in the CS war.
Yeah, I think Team Kofi just needs to start this Baron, to be honest.
Oh
Nice
dear
work on the
lord!
Rakan. Whew. Yeah.
Greg called it.
Yep. That's kind of just how the matchup goes once you get to late game. But that's the advantage of that Blitzcrank. Any random hook that lands could just be an instant teamfight pick for them.
Especially with that Victor's Lich Bane, we saw about 3/4 of the health just gone instantaneously.
I just stepped on my cat's tail and he scratched me and ran away. That's how.
Are we going to see the end of this game? That turret melting in half a second.
Oh, but they're still trying to turn it. Team Solo Feed just doing too much damage. Seavan still hasn't even been touched. Oh, the ultimate going to be used. Kind of crushing the team. Double kill coming out for Seavan. Gonna end the name number 1. The triple knockup coming out for Rakan. They're just going to try to chase him the hook.
Oh, look at all those supers. That's disgusting.
Man. It only took, it was going to be like 20 more minutes, but not bad.
We didn't get to that 55-minute mark like you were hoping.
Oh yeah, if we would have, that would have been even longer than game 1 of Tilted Torpedoes versus whoever we were against the other day. I can't even remember. Cast a Shoes Shop. I think that's currently the longest one this split.
Yeah,
So we do have. Sorry to interrupt you, Taco. We do have the poll posted in the chat graciously by Rich. So go ahead and put your votes in for Game 1 MVP. What do you guys think? Who do you guys would give it to for the first game?
Sai, what do you think?
I'm looking around. I'm gonna have to say I'd give it to Rich, and we have a stigma right now about damage charts and who does damage, and Rich didn't even do the most damage on his team, but he was consistently getting in and out of everything that the enemy was throwing down on him and surviving through all of those ults and all those abilities to keep putting out the damage in the team fights and picking up the kills that he needed to. So I'm going to go with Rich.
Alrighty. I'm going to go with Rich, but for a somewhat different reason. And even though, so I'll bring up that point about the damage. Even though Victor did pull ahead the damage, at one point he was actually kind of struggling in his lane. And it didn't kick off until they transferred the huge lead they had in the bottom lane into the mid and top lane. So I'm going to have to say Rich gets MVP here for really putting in a good amount of work for his team in the early and mid game.
See, I personally would actually look at it a different way. I'd actually give the MVP to Baba Booey on the Blitzcrank. I think Rich did a really great job of picking up those kills, but I think he picked up those kills because of the hooks generally landed by this Blitzcrank. He made some big plays to that mid to late game. I mean, ended the game with 0 deaths. You know, I was talking about before the game that he's going to be their power pick. If he's able to land these hooks, it'll be the reason they win, and he did it time and time again. So I think Rich definitely had a great game, but I think the reason he had such a good game was because it was set up by Baba Booey on this Blitzcrank.
Oh yeah, it was a good, solid team effort all around.
So go ahead and get those final votes in, and we're actually going to take a break right now while the team's set up for game number 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.